Hello and welcome back. Today's video is going to be a review of this lip and cheek stain from The Body Shop. I have the shade Bright Peony 026. Now I've done a wee video of me applying it to my cheeks and to my lips. You will see that I have applied it to the back of my hand, which has become stained even though I used a face wipe shortly after using it. The reason I'm applying it to my hand before applying it onto my face was because I managed to dab a bit on my cheek thinking I had a minute to grab a brush and then blend it in. No, that stains pretty quickly, so it is probably wiser to apply it to the back of your hand where the stain isn't as important, but it stains incredibly quickly. So I take it onto a stippling brush from the back of my hand, dab it off on the back of my hand because it is quite an intense shade, this Bright Peony, and then I stipple it onto my face and I try and blend it as I go, and I've applied it to both cheeks. And to be honest, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of using this on my cheeks simply because of that whole staining thing, and it's really hard to get a nice amount of cover, a nice amount of colour without being really intense. How I've taken to doing it is applying it to my cheeks with the stipple brush, as I mentioned, making sure I get that nice sort of coverage that I want, and then I will go back in with my beauty sponge with a bit of foundation left on it. I haven't cleaned it off, so with that little bit of foundation that's left, I will dab it over the top just to take the day glow appearance out of it, basically, because it can be incredibly intense. So I like to use a bit of foundation over the top just to take that glow out because, as I said, too intense for my liking. This is an incredibly vibrant pinky shade, and it is a beautiful, beautiful colour, but when you buy these or when you pick these up, be aware, just don't apply it directly to your cheek because it will stain something shocking. I had managed to actually leave myself a nice, almost a sort of the size of this lovely beauty that's on my, this volcano that's on my face, sort of that sort of size, wee bit larger, and it was on my cheek, and I really had to take a face wipe to it, everything like that. I had to put my makeup on over the top and you could still see the stain, so just be aware. Now it has a little doe foot applicator which is very handy for applying to lips. So I've applied this to my lips, and again I like to shear this out because it is really intense and you have to be careful when you're applying it that you don't get it outside your lips because it will stain. So I like to apply to the centre of my lips, and then I'll take my finger and smudge it out, smear it out, so that I get a less intense colour, but it's, for me, a bit more wearable if I'm going for quite a minimal look like I am today. I've kind of gone for just minimal glowy look, mostly because I'm testing out other products, but you know. Apply this, use my finger, and then if I need to go back in and build it up, I can do this. Now, unsurprisingly, the stain wears really well throughout the day on the cheeks. Definitely, it'll last all day, pretty much without any fuss. It will stay there for majority of my day. It does at the end of the day, thankfully, wash off, because I guess by then it has definitely worn down, but you can wash it off, which is always a good thing. As for on the lips, I've actually had to pop a lip balm on over the top because it can get very dry, and I have quite dry lips. I have an incredibly bad habit of biting my lips and biting the skin off the top of my lips, so they're always a bit cracked and creasy looking. Never a good look. But this emphasises that, and it really dries down and I guess highlights how dry your lips are. So this is fine to pop on, and just make sure you have a lip balm on hand to pop over the top because it is a lovely stain. I do enjoy the colour, and I particularly like it when it is smudged out. It is just a really nice colour, and it just adds to that sort of spring look, you know, that kind of way, spring, summer, minimal, I've just thrown this on to get out the door kind of look, which is just really nice, I think, in the summer. But you definitely do need a lip balm to keep your lips hydrated because this doesn't do anything. It is only a stain. It's not meant to hydrate your lips or make them look fabulous and voluptuous or anything else. It's just there to add colour to your lips. So definitely make sure you have a lip balm on hand. This retails for £8, which is not too bad at all. I'm not going to apply any to the back of my hand just here because, you know, staining. But the formula feels quite creamy, and it feels nice when you do apply it. It doesn't dry down immediately. It's quite nice. You have that moment to play with it on your lips and smear it out and stuff like that. So it is quite nice. It's a nice formula and it is a nice texture. It's just maybe not ideal if you have very dry lips. I wouldn't recommend it because it may make them look horrible. I have moderately dry lips and it doesn't really do them any favours, but as I said, lip balm on hand, you're sorted. It is a nice colour. There are a few different shades available, so I recommend checking them out. If, however, you're nervous about applying staining products, I would maybe skip over this because it stains incredibly quickly. Even when I apply it to my lips, I always have to quickly run around with my finger and make sure there's none on the outside, and then I'll put on the second layer if I want more intense colour like I've done today, and again I will have to go around to make sure there's no edging going on around my lips. It doesn't bleed into the rest of my face or anything like that, it's just once the stain is there on the edge, you're going to have a pain trying to remove it, or it's going to be a pain trying to remove it. So I do like this product. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I appreciate what it does. It is a good stain. Kind of remind you of the Benefit Cheek Benny Tint, you know, they really do stain. And I like this nice small bottle, so it's handy for travelling, etc. But you better make sure you can blend really quickly if you're going to use this on your cheeks. And if you're going to use it on your lips, make sure you even it out because it can be painful if you just apply it and try and just use it all over as a full colour. Just make sure you use your finger maybe to have applied evenly, or a brush or something like that, because it does need a wee bit of a hand settling into the right places rather than just stuck in the middle of your lips, because I find it tends to sit here where I make the initial application. It'll sit on the inside of my lip, so really have to make sure and work that in. So a bit of a middling review. It's nice. I'm not sure if I'd rush out to try any more of them just because of the whole staining is really intense thing. But I do like the colour on my lips, so I like the colour, etc. I like that side of it, and the fact that I don't have to worry about reapplying, I can just pop lip balm over the top. That's quite nice. So yeah, I don't know, if you're into stains, this is pretty cool. If you're into that sort of thing, this is really cool. It's definitely worth checking out. If you're nervous of it, I'd maybe avoid it. I'm not sure if I'll rush out to buy any, to be honest. But that is it. If you have any questions, please let me know down below. If you've tried this out, let me know down below. If you've tried any of the other colours, let me know. Thanks a million for watching. Please like if you liked. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in my next video. Thanks a million for watching. Bye! We have the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder and the Catrice High Glow Mineral Highlighting Powder.